And welcome again to another edition of Market Analysis for today, October 15th of 2024. I'm Giovanni Benacourt, and this is being recorded previous to the USA Open. All right, well, what a market rally we had yesterday across the board in all indices. We saw how, obviously, the Nasdaq has fluctuated above that level of resistance that we have placed last week. And market may have another shot, obviously, continuing with this momentum to the upside. RSI is getting closer to entering the overbought territory, but we are making so far as of today. Obviously, we open in red right now, but yesterday we did made a higher high, higher low. After the market had been just idling for the past few days. And now, obviously, we have the earnings season started. Citibank is one of them that beat expectations. Johnson & Johnson also beat expectations. So as you know, as more companies are reporting, we most likely will have volatility one way or the other, one direction or the other. But let's take a look at what we can analyze as level of resistances for the market. So this line on top, that 20,982, 21,000 around, that's obviously the all-time high for the Nasdaq. And the level of resistance that we had placed last week, the first one, we need to change that, and also the second one. So I'm going to just, let me see if I could, I'm just gonna delete the second resistance level and just use one. So the first level is gonna be at 20,800, and then the second one, I should have just left let me just clone this real quick and just change that to resistance 2. So we use the all-time high as a resistance. All right. So that's what we're going to be looking at for this week. Then support, the first level of support is going to be this basically triple top before that parabolic movement of yesterday. The triple top was created last week. So let's use that as our first level of support. And then let's use the same fluctuation of the market, which is almost a double bottom, 20,300 as our second level of support. Just for today, I'm going to eliminate the pivot point. We need to obviously do that if you want to have that around. We already saw how we did it. And let's just take a look at the other assets. The S&P 500 reached 5,900. So 6,000, which is right around the corner, that would be obviously a level of resistance for the S&P. 5850 could be that level of support, but we just right there, so that's 52 points. Let's just use, let's use this right here, this level right around here, almost 5,800 as support for the S&P. 6,000 is right around the corner. So, you know, right now the market is fluctuating right around the upper boundary band. So most likely the market will continue to walk the upper band. RSI is borderline entering overbought. So in a correction pullback could also be done. Also the Dow, 43,000, about 43,000, that number has been met. So therefore, let's just use 43,600 as being conservative. Let's take out that pivot point. The reason I'm taking out the pivot point because we are in new territory, so therefore We don't have anything to analyze as previous movements. So also at this moment, the Dow is outside the Bollinger Band, the Bollinger Band. That's implicating a strength momentum to the upside. Obviously, correction could be done. So that correction, a little retracement pullback, could be done towards the to that band, and then just rebound from there to a reversal. Then we have the Russell. So since we are also in such a parabolic movements, 2280, which is right about the high that was made back in September 19th. So 2280 is going to be our level of resistance. Let's take out that middle point. Let's bring our support to the medium of the Bollinger Band, which is a 20-day moving average. And here we have momentum to the upside, or all indices. Then we have crude oil. So crude oil, it opened with a gap down today. All right, so we are filtering below that level of support. So therefore, we need to change that. All right, so the second, let's just move down to 68 as our second level of support, and bring this puppy down to right around here, 69 300-ish as our second level of support, and bring down our level of resistance to the 50-day moving average, and then $75 as our second level of resistance. So that we have our levels for today. Crude oil, it could probably rebound, but most likely $70 obviously is a round psychological number. So pushing lower for today, crude oil. Then Nat Gas, we have come down towards that level of support of 235 where we're fluctuating from. So the 50-day moving average is right there. So let's just use the lower Bollinger Band as our support, and then bring this puppy down to the 20-day moving average, which is the medium. And will it continue to move lower? Well, we are below the 50, implying momentum to the downside being built. So, and the trend is down. So make your assumptions. Then we have gold. Okay, so gold, still gold, we're looking at that second level of resistance with a high of 7.6. So I'm basically going to leave the same levels as you see in front of you. Gold should be making a leg up, okay? So it is still, we are entering a seasonality of holiday season. Then we had the Indian wedding season, and then we have the Golden Week in China. So let's see. Obviously, gold still has a lot of luster in it. Still going to be continue to be a safe haven asset. Obviously, we still have geopolitical uncertainty in the Middle East, so things are going to continue in that front. So gold will most likely sustain itself. Silver is the one that's looking to rate itself to the upside. So let's use that upper Bollinger Band as our possible level of resistance, and the 50-day moving average as support. Okay, so far as the RSI above 50, we could contemplate the idea that we could most likely will have a breakout, because we are having equal highs, equal lows. So that's a setup for breakout possibility to the upside. Copper is looking to trade below. So let's use the 200 moving average as our possible level of support, and let's leave that same level of resistance just as high. Okay, the trend is lower, so let's see if that will be the case for today to continue lower. Bitcoin is the one that has made a nice parabolic movement yesterday to the upside, right? So therefore, let's use the level of resistance of 68,175 and 70,000 as a second level of resistance. That's the first level of resistance. I'm using it as the Fibonacci number 0.38% is giving us that, is supporting that level. So let's use that as a probable extension of this movement. But obviously, let's see if that will be the case for today. Then we have the currencies, the euro. So the euro has been fluctuating to the downside. We're going to be having that ECB meeting later on this week. So let's just use 108,400 as a level of support and the 200 moving average as our second one. So as our first one, sorry. So that we have. Let's just keep the same level of resistance that we have here. All right. So RSI is way lower. So let's see what will happen. The pound is just idling sideways. So let's just keep these levels of resistance and support as the same. Okay, let's see if it'll be able to break out of this sideways, fluctuation to the upside. The 50-day moving average is above the market, so that'll be the first hurdle. And then things will happen as the dollar index resides this direction. So let's use the 200-day moving average as resistance, and then bring up our level of support, really tight support here. No, let's just use this right here, 102, 224. So the dollar index happens to drop, we'll see a recuperation on part of the currencies, and if it does fluctuate to the upside toward the 103,500, then we'll see a continuation to the downside on the currencies and the metals. That's it for today. Have a great trading day. I'll see you tomorrow.